top picks to see in the month of November. There's a lot of great films coming this month, and it's crazy. We're almost at the end of this year. It's crazy how time flies, but here we are again in pretty much winter movie season. November and December are super exciting. We got a lot of great stuff coming, starting with one of my most anticipated films of the year, which is Predator Badlands. That opens next week, next Thursday. And Predator, I mean, it's been such a wonderful time to be a Predator fan, to be an Aliens fan. They are bringing us some of the best Predator content. I mean, we just had Predator Killer of Killers, which is the animated film. It was...
Sorry.
Yeah, what's up?
What you said there, out of context, someone's going to clip that, what you just said. We've been getting the best Predator content.
Well, that's the only way to word that.
We're cooked. Did you also say it's a great time to be a Predator fan?
It's the only way to say it, though.
I know, but we're so cooked.
If you're a big Predator fan, or you're probably gonna love this. So, Predator Badlands, yes, opening next week. Again, I'm super excited. It's just been a great time to be a fan of this franchise. Disney is giving us Disney / 20th Century Studios. They're giving us some of the best content within this franchise. With Predator Killer of Killers, we got Prey. I think I want to say 2 years ago, which they're also doing a double feature with Prey. It's the first time Prey has been in theaters because it was originally just dropped on streaming, and I would love to see it. I would love to see it in theaters. Prey was amazing. David, have you seen Prey?
Yes, I have seen Prey.
It is, when I saw it at home, I was like, man, I wish I could see this on the big screen. It was so much fun, especially like I vividly remember our lead protagonist. She's like stuck under a bunch of what was it? Kind of like tree branches, and she's hiding from like a black bear. And as she kind of gets out of it, she sees the bear, and then all of a sudden, like the predator comes up behind it. I could be remembering wrong, but it was something like that. It's just like that would have been so epic to see on the big screen. That would have just been so cool. So again, with Prey, with Killer of Killers, they're just bringing nonstop great content within this franchise. And with Predator Badlands, we've been getting just amazing trailers, giving us a sense that this is our first time having a predator as the protagonist. And also going to be accompanying him is a Weyland-Yutani synthetic, which Al Fanning is going to be playing, which is ties into Aliens. So who knows if we can get more ties? I'm sure we have an Alien vs Predator movie on the horizon. It's coming very soon. I'm super excited about that. I'm sure a lot of people are. So Predator Badlands coming soon. Cannot wait for that. Next, the week after that, we have The Running Man, which is based on the book, but is not any way related to the previous film with Arnold Schwarzenegger. They are two completely different films. Both were taken from the book, but this new film with Glenn Powell, which I love Glenn Powell. He was in Top Gun Maverick. He was in he's just been in a lot of great things recently, and he's just showcasing his just prowess as being an actor. He's got great presence on screen. He's really funny. He could do action. He could do serious moments when it counts, and he's just a great performer to see on screen. And this is coming from director Edgar Wright, who has created some of just the most fun, energetic films. Like I love Baby Driver. David, have you seen Baby Driver by chance?
I have seen Baby Driver.
Dude, it's so good. It's so fun. It's energetic. There's just like a great story behind it too. With this kid, he's just trying to do better, even though he gets caught up in a lot of deep, rough stuff. But he's trying to do better. He's trying to make some money. But Baby Driver, love that film. Edgar Wright did Scott Pilgrim. I love Scott Pilgrim. David, have you seen Scott Pilgrim?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, honestly, I don't know if it'd be well, actually, I think it would be a film you'd like because it does kind of almost have anime-ish ties to it, just in terms of its like CG, just the way they produce some of the graphics. It's super unique. It's pretty much like a cartoon in the real world in certain aspects. It's very, very fun. And speaking of Scott Pilgrim, that's with Michael Cera, which Michael Cera is in The Running Man as well, and he looks like he's gonna have a really funny role. So you have that tie with Edgar Wright and Michael Cera. And overall, I mean, this film just looks like a really fun time. I think it's just gonna be a good popcorn flick. I think there is gonna be some kind of maybe a deep meaning to it in some ways. I know he's kind of our main character with Glenn Powell. He's going to be trying to win this competition to get his family out of poverty and just really create a better life for him. So I'm sure there is going to be some deeper meaning, but I think at its core, this film is just going to be a great popcorn flick. So that's The Running Man. The week after Running Man, we have some a little big, just Wicked. Yeah, a little big.
Wicked.
Wicked for Good, which I wouldn't say I'm super excited to see this. I'm very interested in seeing it. I think solely because of the way it's made, the cinematography, the production. The production design is crazy. I remember in the first film they bought like a billion flowers or something like that and actually planted, or I don't know if they actually planted them, but probably there was just a field of legit flowers which they could have just made in some sort of engine and just called it a day. But no, they took the time to really create a physical environment, which is so important. I think it's always good to tie computer generated stuff with the actual things. I think that's what just makes it a little more richer instead of choosing one over the other. But Wicked, I'm really looking forward to this in terms of how it's made. I will say the standout for me in part one was Ariana Grande. She was just a fantastic time to watch. She was just so much fun. She was hilarious. She definitely brought it. I was curious if I don't remember if she was nominated for an Oscar. I think she was. If not, she definitely deserved it. And apparently for the second film, we're going to get probably some more Oscar nominations, probably some Oscar wins. I'm sure we will. But yeah, I mean, we'll definitely get into Wicked a little later. So we have a topic about that coming up. David, you've seen Wicked, right? Seen the first one?
Yes, I did see the first one, was absolutely blown away. I was never really into musicals really at all until I met my wife. My wife did that for me, got me into musicals. I love seeing shows now. And I would listen to, there's actually a pop punk version of Defying Gravity,
Okay.
which is actually really good. I think it's by Matt Copley.
Okay.
If you look that up on Spotify, I would listen to that just like for fun. And I knew where the song was from, but seeing the movie again, like you said, we'll get into it. We will get into it.
We will get into it.
We will get into it. But I'm just gonna say I'm excited.
Okay. Let's move on to our next film, which is Rental Family. Now, this is Brendan Fraser kind of coming off of his Oscar win with the what was that film
The
called?
Whale.
The Whale. Yep, you got it. The Whale, which
Was
I
massive.
loved. Did you see The Whale?
I did not see The Whale. I just
Okay.
remember how massive Brendan Fraser was.
He was pretty massive. And Sadie Sink was in it as well from Stranger Things. She was
Oh,
great. Yeah, yeah.
okay.
She plays his daughter, and she does, I think, some of the best acting that I've seen her do. So she was fantastic in that. But Brendan Fraser coming back, and this film just feels like it's going to be very touching, and this could easily get Brendan Fraser his next Oscar nom, most likely. It just seems like a very touching film that just deals with family, and as it is set in, I want to say Japan, where they do offer a service that you can rent a family. That's a legit thing, and
It's
this
like a
film,
legit thing in.
it's a legit thing, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yes, you can rent a girlfriend. You can rent anything. I want to say
Okay,
maybe not
so
anything, but you know,
I'm just having quick thoughts
yeah,
here.
yeah. What's up?
So that's so interesting that Japan actually has this. I I was shocked, but thinking about it for a little bit more, I understand why, and I understand that this will be coming to the States. Particularly,
Really?
I think so, because as we get more disconnected from real life, unfortunately, there
Yeah.
will be a swing back to real, genuine experiences and connections that people will pay for legitimately. So there's a business influencer who talks about this exact thing. Do you know who Gary Vee is?
Yeah, the name sounds familiar, but I'm not too familiar with them.
So he talks a lot about he's from New York. He talks a lot about flipping things on like Facebook Marketplace and going to garage sales and flipping stuff. That's
Okay.
like he talks a lot about that. He also has a huge marketing media company, but his like one thing he was talking about in a podcast was you could probably go right now on Facebook Marketplace and just post like I'll walk with you and like you charge like an hour, like charge like $50 for like an hour walk or something.
Yeah,
Just to like talk to someone.
right.
You
There's
could
a sense
probably
about it that feels like almost like therapeutic in a way.
yes, I know of a service, I just remembered this, called Rent a Friend. It was like a really old website, but it was designed to have someone to go to like a concert with if you didn't have someone, but you had a ticket.
Interesting.
And that person got to go for free. So like that person didn't necessarily get paid. But Gary Vee was saying you could go on Facebook Marketplace right now, post, I'll walk with you for $50 for an hour in X in any city, the city that you're closest in.
Mhm.
And he says people will probably pay for that, which is
Wow.
so interesting because like that seems crazy. When we think about it, I can understand why. There's a lot of people who are very disconnected right now. There's a lot of adults, young adults, probably our age, maybe even younger, who don't quite know how to make friends. It's kind of difficult. And they've been on a screen for a long time. During COVID, they were on a screen. So it would make sense why they would pay for something like this. And I'm interested to see if that would it's really interesting to hear you say that it's actually a legitimate thing, a whole family
Yeah.
for that's in Japan. And I think it's only a matter of time until it comes to the States.
Yeah. So that is Rental Family. Very excited to see. Seems like it's going to be a touching story. Brendan Fraser might get his next Oscar. We'll see. I'm very excited to see. And finally, the last film we got is Eternity. Again, seems like a very interesting concept. We have the idea of the afterlife. All these people in this poster right here that we're seeing, they have passed in this film and they're in some sort of afterlife. And our lead character, played by Elizabeth Olsen, has to choose which suitor she wants to take with her into eternity and live with in eternity. Either her most recent husband, which is on the right, Miles Teller, who also died at the same time she did, I want to say. Then we also have her first husband on the left, played by Callum Turner, who was, I want to say he was in the war and he died in the war. So she has to choose which one she's going to spend eternity with. And I think the trailer does a great job at just showing you, which route she can go down. And it seems like it's going to be a very nice film and just introspective on how you want to spend your life and who you want to spend your life with. I don't know. In a way, the film almost kind of feels like a warm blanket in how the trailer was portrayed. It doesn't feel like it's going to get super heated, which I'm sure it will, but um, it just seems like it's going to be a very nice film talking about some deep stuff. Very curious to see how that shakes out. David, have you seen the trailer? What do you think?
So I saw 20 seconds of the trailer and I stopped because I want to see it. It looks really good. I didn't know a lot of what you had said about the premise
Okay.
because I watched the 20 seconds of the trailer and I was intrigued enough by the set and by the premise to think, okay, this is probably going to be really interesting and I'd like to see it. Now you say it's romance. I can watch it with my wife now.
Absolutely. This is
She is going to
totally, yeah, totally a date night kind of movie.
she's going to love it.
Yes, absolutely. That is the month of November. Lots of great stuff coming. We will be talking about all of it. I'll probably be posting some out of the theater reactions for all of them. I mean, I'm gonna see how that goes. You guys, let me know what you think. If you like them, if they work, if they suck, let me know if they suck. Please, I want to know. So we'll see how that shakes down. November, lots of great stuff coming.